So, what's the focus of this first webinar, Jules?
I thought you were going to bring Alcazar through for a second there.
Well, he's definitely hanging around.
Yeah, okay. So, like we said, this program is about how do we enter into what we would call regenerative states. So, these are the physiological states, the physical states of our body, our brain, that allow us to actually move into higher emotions, love, compassion, joy, gratitude, that also allow us to enter into the quantum field. Okay. And these are the most highly evolved physical states in our nervous system. So Alcazar says we can't evolve much further using the mind alone, that we have to connect to our super consciousness. So this would be like the next step in our evolution, is we have to enter into these like calm, safe, receptive states so that we can connect. And that's what we'll be doing with the Stargate meditations. Another aspect of this program is how do we dissolve the limitations that are keeping us in these cycles of self-judgment is a huge one.
So basically, this youthing process is literally about freeing yourself from lower vibrations so that you can access far more easily an awareness of your superconsciousness. And perhaps we'll talk a little bit more about that after we've done the first meditation and created an energy field. For the superconsciousness is always connected to you, but for lifetimes we've been totally unaware of it. And it's the ability to connect to the superconsciousness and your creative abilities that we're moving towards. Because when you're connected to that space, the body is healing itself. It's a constant healing process, eliminating old dead cells, eliminating diseased cells, and that's the natural state of your body. But unfortunately, because of the lifestyles that we lead and the foods that we eat, we're constantly in much more of a stress situation than what Jules calls a regenerative situation, a situation where we're relaxed, enjoying life, in love, and so on. So it's about bringing more of those beautiful experiences back into our life. How do we do that? Raising our vibration.
Okay, so people are saying that it's very hard to follow. Is that true for everyone? Can you just type into the chat if you're not having a hard time following? Because we...
So let's see what's happening with people when they're saying...
Yeah.
Okay, let's just carry on. So, let's start with the meditation just to create an energy field.
Okay, yeah, we need to create an energy field. I think that's maybe the point.
I think that's it, yeah.
So, okay, some people can see and hear perfectly, but a lot of people, it's getting constantly disconnected. So, maybe we'll have, so essentially, we'll have a perfect video and audio recording that we can send you later today. So if it is breaking up for you, just relax. Focus mostly on the energy today.
Stay with us. We'll create this energy field, and if we all do it together with the intention of having a great connection, then we might be able to change this.
Okay, so
let's put some music on.
Yeah, so we'll have Ashley put the music link.
So again, we just ask you to very beautiful, soft, relaxed space. Close the eyes. For those of you that would like to have music for the meditation, just follow the directions. Do you want to give them again, Jules?
Yeah, so if you click the music link, it will open in a new window. You can adjust the volume and then come back to this window and relax. So let's begin just by inviting you all to close your eyes, go inside.
And Alcazar will guide this meditation. He'll come through both Julianne and myself. Beloved ones, we greet thee, 'tis Alcazar. And indeed, it is a great honor to be with each and every one of you as you connect energetically around this beautiful planet of your Earth. And so whenever we work with the Stargate, whether a physical one or an energetic one, we always first connect to the energy of the Earth, the energy of Gaia. And so we ask each one of you just to ask inside for the energy of the Earth, the energy of Gaia, to come up into your body and into your energy field.
And so we call for the energy of Gaia.
And just allow for the possibility that the Earth can respond to you. Just feeling, allowing the Earth's energy to come and to connect with you. If you do not feel the energy right away, do not be worried. It will get stronger as we move through this meditation. We will be working with a Stargate. For those of you that do not have a physical structure, we will be working with an etheric Stargate. This is the consciousness of the Stargate system, a higher dimensional consciousness. And so we begin by each one of you just asking inside for an etheric Stargate to come down around you so that you are sitting or lying down inside the structure.
And so we call for the presence of an etheric Stargate.
If you are unsure of what a Stargate looks like, then you can just ask for a pyramid. The guides will respond with a Stargate. And so just feel, imagine, or visualize a Stargate forming around you. Just the intention is all that is necessary. Very good.
And so each one of you now asking inside for the activation of your etheric Stargate.
We call for the activation of all the Stargates around the world. Very good. And what will start to happen is your Stargate will create a very soft, gentle energy around you. Very good.
And so nothing to do, just relaxing into this gentle energy field. And we are going to begin to ask your etheric Stargate just to vibrate faster. And we do this now. And as it vibrates faster and faster, we move up through your dimensional realities.
Moving out of the third dimension vibrationally into the fourth, and through the fourth dimension into the fifth. The Stargate vibrating faster and faster.
And continuing to rise. Nothing to do, just relaxing as the energy gently vibrates faster all around you. And we are moving up through your sixth dimension now, and merging into the seventh, where we bring the Stargate to a gentle pause.
And so your Stargate is now vibrating at a seventh dimensional level. And so we ask each one of you to ask inside for a strong seventh dimensional energy field inside your etheric Stargate.
We call for a strong energy field of the seventh dimension.
And as most of you know, simply by relaxing into this seventh dimensional energy field, your energy will gently rise until you too are harmonized with the seventh dimension. Again, it is not a doing, it is simply a relaxing and allowing. It happens quite naturally. Very good. It takes but a few moments for your energy to adjust to the environment within your etheric stargate. Very good. Throughout this process, in these webinars, it is important to understand that when we are talking with you, we are also sharing an energetic. The words we give you are for the understanding of the mind, so that the mind feels like it knows what is occurring. In truth, it is the energy that is vibrating you. Some of these energies you will feel, and some of these energies will not be able to be felt, but they will be assisting in raising your vibration, in bringing you back towards a more perfect balance. So now we continue to vibrate your etheric stargate faster and faster.
And so again, the vibration all around you is gently, gently going to rise, and already we are moving up through your eighth dimensional frequencies, continuing to accelerate, moving through the ninth dimension now, and simply vibrating faster. Merging now into the 10th dimensional frequencies, vibrating faster and faster still into the 11th, and finally we reach the 12th dimension, where again we bring your stargates to a gentle pause.
And so now your etheric stargate is vibrating at the 12th dimension. And so each one of you asking inside for a strong 12th dimensional energy field inside your etheric stargate.
And so we call for a strong energy field of the 12th dimension.
And just feel. You can even ask for the 12th dimensional energies to get stronger. So as you relax, again, nothing to do, your own vibration will slowly harmonize with the 12th dimension. And so we have had people asking, why do we always go through this same process? And the answer is very simple. This beginning meditation realigns you with your higher self, with that which we would call your super consciousness. It brings you back to this moment. It brings you into a state of relaxation, but in this 12th dimensional energy field, you become more sensitive to the guides, to the beings who will be working with you throughout this series. Every time we do this, understand that the guides are responding to you personally. So even though we are working with a large group of people all around your planet, the guides know you individually. We respond to you individually. when you take part in this process, we respond to your particular needs in the moment. And so we are bringing you energies to support you connecting to this 12th dimensional frequency. So each time you do this, raising the vibration up to the 12th, what you are experiencing may seem the same, but energetically we are supporting you in different ways depending on your needs in the moment. So, we ask each one of you once more to ask inside for an even stronger 12th dimensional energy field in your etheric stargate.
And so we call for an even stronger energy field of the 12th dimension. And just feel.
And as most of you know, as we talk either live or on the recording, we are all connecting in the quantum field. What is this? The quantum field is outside of any physical place. It is also outside of time. And so, as you listen to this, as you feel these energies, as we broadcast from this place, your Mount Shasta in California, everyone around the world will feel the energies simultaneously, the same moment, even if you are listening to a recording. Why? Because the recordings connect you into the quantum field. They guide you there. And in that space, there is no time. So we are all connecting energetically with each other and with the energies that will be coming to you. And so we will move very briefly and connect with many of the guides who wish to support this process in this webinar.
And so the first who is wishing to come to each and every one of you is one who often comes during the Stargate work. She is the one known as the Blessed Mother, Mary or Maria.
And so we ask each one of you to ask inside for this beautiful Ascended Master. We call her the Blessed Mother. She was the mother of the one Jesus, Mary or Maria. So asking inside for her presence now.
We call for the presence of the Blessed Mother, Mary or Maria.
And feel. Can you feel the energy gently changing around you as Maria brings her energy to you? Invite her closer. Very good. This beautiful energy of the Mother, loving, compassionate, understanding, is loving you right now. And to join her, the angelic realm wish to come and to create an energetic field within your etheric stargate.
And so again, each one of you asking with strong intention, we call for the presence of the angels.
And feel. Just feeling a gentle shift in the energy as the angels bring their presence to join Mary, Maria, with you. And so you are gently vibrated by the presence of the angels and the Blessed Mother. Yes, very good. Very good. And one of the star families now, and all of you who have worked with the Stargate know that the Pleiadians are so strongly connected to humanity and to the Stargate work. And so we ask each one of you just to ask inside for the presence of the Pleiadians.
And so we call for the presence of the Pleiadian star family.
And feel. Can you feel the energy gently changing around you as the Pleiadians come to you? They come in their light bodies, a very high frequency. Very good. Very good. And sometimes when we create this energy field, we will introduce you to some of the masters in the star families individually. But today, we are going to invite them in as a group. We will start by inviting all the ascended masters, all those who have been human, have walked the earth as you are. And they reached that state of enlightenment. Enlightenment is being fully aware of the superconsciousness every moment, because then you are living the superconsciousness in the body. And so they are a beautiful guide to assist you to move into the vibration, the frequency of your superconsciousness. And so we ask each one of you to ask inside for the presence of all the ascended masters to bring their energy to support this process right now.
And so we call for the presence of all the enlightened ones who have walked this earth.
And feel. They start to bring their energy to you, into your etheric stargate, and all the stargates connected around your world. They are bringing their energy into this stargate connection, this stargate grid system that is around your world. The ascended masters coming to you right now. Very good. Just relaxing into their vibration, relaxing into the presence of the masters, the angels, and the Stargate energy fields. Nothing to do, just being present and noticing the sensation however it is. Because there is nothing to do, you cannot do it wrong. So whatever you are experiencing is perfect for you. Not trying to change anything. Very good. And so now we are going to invite all the star families. The star families is the name that we use to describe all the intelligent, advanced civilizations that exist in your universe. Humanity is just beginning to grow up, just becoming aware of your true nature. But these star families are highly evolved. They have gone through this process eons ago on your timeline. They understand the difficulties of moving out of unconsciousness, and they are here to support their brothers and sisters here on this your earth. And so we are going to ask each and every one of you just to ask inside for the presence and support of all the star families.
And so we call for the presence, the support, the love of all of the families from the stars. And feel.
Here they come, gently bringing their energies into the stargates. Invite them closer. Come closer. Very good. And so now you're surrounded by the energies of the angels, the masters, the star families, all gently vibrating you inside your etheric stargate. It is this simple. It is this easy. And so we have created all together a gentle energetic field connecting everyone who is hearing this transmission, both live and recorded. We are all connected energetically. And so allow yourself just to maintain an awareness, a relaxed place within self, as these two talk to you a little about the focus of this particular webinar.
Okay. Yeah, so stay connected to the energy, stay connected to that calm, peaceful space. And so really, the primary tool that we are going to be using is the Stargate work. And you can see, even just in a short meditation, everything can change. So when we talk about receptivity, being in a receptive state, which we'll talk more about later, the Stargate energies, you can feel how highly, highly receptive you actually become.
And as you know, the more you meditate with the Stargate, the easier it is to drop back into that receptive state. So the focus of this particular webinar has to do with the body, brain, mind connection. And Jules will bring some of that information in a simplified way, we hope. It's a very technical field, and there's huge amounts of scientific research that's coming into the public domain right now. Leading edge science is turning the old understanding of how we operate, how we work within the body. It's turning it totally upside down. I'm going to move my chair a bit. There we go.
That's better. I was wondering what that sound was.
I'm making a squeaking noise. I don't know if you could hear it there, but anyway.
Okay. So today's focus is about the brain and the body. And I'm so glad that the energy is high nonetheless. So as we said in the free webinar, we are embodied beings. So as humans, we come here to experience this physical reality, and our physical bodies allow us to do that. So we have eyes that see, we have skin, that's actually the largest organ in our body that feels the environment around us. We have all of our senses. And interestingly, there's a connection to the quantum field through our senses of our humanness also. Many people smell in these higher dimensions. Many people have inner vision. Some people even taste. So through our humanness, we actually get to experience the spirit world differently. And that's a really beautiful point, because Alcazar says when you become enlightened and you're still in a physical body, it is one of the most blissful experiences that a being can have.
So let's get there.
Yeah, rock and roll, right?
As we said a little bit earlier, the state of enlightenment is actually living your superconsciousness in the body. And for any of you that have actually experienced being in the presence of an enlightened one, you know what the energy feels like. It's spectacularly beautiful. And it touches you. And it just fills you with love just by being in their presence, because their energy field is so strong. And when you come into their field, you start to align with it. So the process that we're moving through in these youthing courses is actually about raising our vibration to get closer to that experience.
Yes. And this is pretty cool. So physically, we are either there are two fundamental states of our nervous system, of our human experience that we are in. It's either a receptive state or a reactive state. And in a few minutes, we're actually going to do an experiential neuroscience exercise to let you guys feel from inside what those two different states are like. But essentially, what scientists are discovering who work with understanding our human experience is that we have to be in a receptive state in order to feel regenerative emotions. So love, joy, connection, caring, compassion. These all arise when we enter into a state where we actually feel safe. It's actually feeling safe that allows us to open in this way. So we'll go into more detail in just a moment, but first I wanted to show you guys something beautiful, okay? And I hope you can see it. I'm going to share my screen with you in a moment, and we may become infinite. So, yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you guys. This is the beauty of our neurons firing.
So this is a scan of the brain.
And they look like a little bit like twinkling stars, right? So, what neuroscientists say is that experience creates neural firing in our whole body. So what the Stargate experience is actually doing is it's creating beautiful flows within our nervous system of energy and information. And neurons that fire together wire together, they become connected. So as we repeatedly enter into these receptive states, we are repatterning our nervous system.
And so what Alcazar says in a very gentle, simple way is the more that you meditate with these Stargate meditations or any other techniques that feel good to you, the more you connect your neural system. And so the more connections, the easier it is to go into meditation and into these beautiful heart-opening spaces. And it's these beautiful heart-opening spaces that are needed for the body to function in the way that it's designed to continue to regenerate, to stay young, to stay youthful. And so there's the two aspects, the physical and also the vibration of joy and love and celebration and all those good things. And the more you can be in that space, the more the body regenerates itself. And so that's one understanding. The other understanding is, well, why are we not in that state all the time? Way back in the times of Lemuria, people were in that state all the time, and they lived for 500, 600, 700 years in the same body. And slowly, humanity is moving back towards that. I mean, it's way too slow for us, but we have to learn patience and know that we'll be coming back in another lifetime to continue this process. But what can we do right now? So, as you've heard in the previous webinar series, it's all about dissolving the limitations and finding ways to connect up to that super consciousness. So we tend to get a little excited when we talk, so we have to apologize to the translators.
And I hear the connection has gotten a lot better, so that's really great.
Oh, good. We have many people translating. I think we have 8 or 9 different languages now.
We have 7
Plus English.
plus English.
And we also want to thank Maria, who's translating in Spanish for the first time. So we didn't have time to actually get out to the Spanish audience, but we'll be doing that this coming week. So if you have Spanish friends, you can let them know that soon they will be able to understand us.
Okay. So, we have prepared a short PowerPoint presentation for you guys. But first, we promised to tell you about how your brain isn't just in the head. So we have neurons. We have 40,000 neurons in our heart that can think, feel, and learn. And we have, oh God, I forget the number, but it's
Lots.
millions of neurons in our gut. And this information from our bodies is being sent up to our brain-mind mechanism constantly. And so we'll talk a little bit about the nervous system and these two states, reactivity and receptivity, and how we can actually learn and practice how to create an environment that helps us to shift into receptivity when we find, for one reason or another, we've become reactive.
And our society tends to condition us to be in a reactive state. Stress is a reactive state. You're reacting to your environment, you're feeling very tense, we feel time pressure, we feel pressure from the bosses or other friends and relationships. So there's more and more of this stressful, reactive experiencing in our lives for most people. And so it's about identifying what creates that for us. Why are we like that? And what we can do to change it.
Yeah.
And there's some very simple techniques that can create change in moments, and we'll identify some of those in a bit.
Yeah. So, before we go any further with this, we are a good receptivity there. That's good. Thank you. So-
Who are you pointing at?
the chat box.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pointing at the chat box. So there's an experiential thing that helps you to feel the difference between this reactive versus receptive state.
Slow down.
So it's very simple. I'm going to ask you all just to bring your awareness inside. I'm going to say a word and I'm going to repeat it. Then I'm going to say a different word. And all I want you to do is feel the response,
Energetic response.
the energetic response in your body. Okay?
And if you close your eyes, that will help, because you can just tune into your own energy.
Yeah. Okay.
So close your eyes and feel.
No. 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 So
How does your energy feel when you hear that?
yes. 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 And how does that feel? And so we're just going to invite you to put one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And just take a few deep breaths. And so I just invite you to type into the chat box, how did the no state feel? And how did the yes state feel?
And most of you probably found that you could feel an energetic reaction to the words yes and the words no. So let's see what kind of response people felt with those words when Jules was saying them.
Yeah, so Paul is saying no was startling, no's tightness in the heart area, shocking, startling, hurtful, aggressive energy, resistance and restrictive, stagnant. Yes was open, yes was smooth, yes good energy, yes expanding. Great. Okay. So what you just felt inside your body is the difference between a reactive and a receptive state.
So when you heard that sharp no, automatically your body went into a shutdown. And so these negative feelings that bombard us in our daily life, things like watching the news, the negativity there, creates this shutting down.
And it's important to understand this is our autonomic nervous system. So it's automatic. It's happening without our conscious awareness. Like you didn't choose to start feeling restricted and shut down. It's literally your body responding to the environment.
This is the way that the unconscious brain takes care of you in the environment.
And it's adaptive because this is how our biological ancestors survived in this world.
So our brain-body mechanism is actually kind of out of date on that level, because there's no need for that intense, stressful reaction. But it's there, so we have to live with it. Until we reach that those higher vibrations where we don't react because we have found a way of maintaining this open, relaxed, receptive state.
And it's still good if we're being chased by a tiger, right? So,
Yeah.
but that doesn't happen very often to us, which is why it's important for us to learn. Like, even though we can't consciously decide to change our nervous system, we can influence it by creating an environment that allows it to unwind. And that's what we want to share with you in the PowerPoint. Okay, so the whole purpose of teaching about this is because that no state is survival. If you are there for a long period of time, it starts to wear the body down. And
Because in the body, there's literally thousands of cells that need to be replaced virtually every moment. And so the body's processing is breaking down and removing those cells, digesting the food, regenerating, creating new cells. All that takes energy. As soon as you go into this stressful state, that shuts down. And so the body isn't functioning the way that it's meant to. And so often we age prematurely. We're not living 600 years right now. So we are all suffering from premature aging. See?
yeah, he should be like really, really different right now.
So the process is to slow that down, and if we're really
Okay.
good at it, is to reverse it.
Indeed. And so Bhuvana is asking, how about bringing divine consciousness into the survival brain? First of all, it's not just your brain, it's your whole nervous system. But it's important to understand what we're sharing with you here, because when you're actually in that survival state, you're tuned into the environment. You're very much in 3D, and you're locked into a physiological response to help you survive. So it's actually, from a scientific perspective, when you're in this no reactive state, that's a gateway to these so-called negative emotions. It's not possible to actually feel compassion. And the divine connection is always there, but you're preoccupied, and so you won't be able to feel it. Joe Dispenza actually talks about this, and he calls this no reactive state the physical, like the point, the particle, and then this yes expansive state is like the wave, it's the quantum. So the gateway to the divine is actually to enter into receptivity. So that's a good question.
So there's one other thing that I would like to point out about that little no-yes experience. I wonder, did anybody notice that the reaction came from the heart area and spread out? So it's the heart that is actually key to this sensation within the body, the instant reaction that comes. And it's to understand that the heart is really key to your whole brain, mind, body mechanism. And in the New Age, you've been talking about the heart center and the love and so on. But science is telling us now that the information comes from the heart to the brain, something like 10 times, is it? More information goes from the heart to the brain than comes from the brain to the heart. So the heart and the belly are parts that have been misunderstood or ignored in the past, but science is now bringing to us the importance of the whole beingness.
Yeah, and in the nervous system too, in this particular pathway, that's the receptive pathway, something like 80% of those neurons are actually sending information up to your brain. They're sensory. So they're always sensing what's happening inside of you. So let's move into the PowerPoint.
So Jules has created a few slides for us just to look through that will hopefully help a little understanding what we've been talking about. And then we're going to be going into Alcazar guiding meditations to help us work from this particular angle to actually change our states,
Yeah,
to,
so
to help us dissolve some of the reactive triggers so that we can stay a little more in this receptive state.
yeah, so it's going to be meditations to actually repattern our nervous system. Sounds pretty cool to me. So we've already pretty much covered this, but the reactive state is actually a gateway to these so-called destructive emotions. And it's important to honor the emotions. So when we say destructive, essentially it just means if you're in that state for long periods of time, they become unhealthy for the body.
Because the body is not in its natural
And
healthful state.
And for your whole system, really, because on all levels you start to feel like you're just barely surviving, right? Okay, so then the yes receptive state would be a gateway to the so-called positive emotions. So love, joy, elation, connection, gratitude. So this is how we move from surviving to thriving. This is really the focus of this program, is not only how do we move into the state of receptivity, but how do we start to dissolve some of the cycles that bring us into a state of lower frequency, really.
And how to recognize when we're in these low frequency energies, because life puts us in those and we move around unconsciously. We're so used to being in these lower destructive emotions that we're not always even aware that it's there. We're not always aware that the stress is there.
And sometimes we're aware that we don't feel like ourselves, but we actually judge ourselves for it. And part of understanding this is just to say, oh, okay, I'm just in a state in my nervous system where I need to do something, whether it's just to give myself time or to use some of the techniques we're about to learn. I need to do something to shift so that we can start to have compassion for ourselves instead of judging ourselves.
Great.
So the no state happens when we're threatened. It's an adaptive response, helps us survive rather than regenerate. And if it's prolonged, the whole system becomes unhealthy. So the best thing about this slide is that there are portals that allow us to change our state.
So there's different techniques, if you like, portals, doorways, ways of changing, as soon as you notice, ways of changing your reality into something more positive.
So how? We actually do this by recruiting, by engaging the newest pathway in our nervous system,
Which is what?
which is called the social engagement system. It's developed in mammals to allow us to bond and start to thrive together. So this newer pathway calms us, it turns off stress responses, it down regulates defensive systems, and it enables us to engage and cue other people to feel safe.
So it's about creating a relaxed open space within us energetically and physically.
And it's important to understand that it's only when we feel safe that we can actually truly learn, grow, and be healthy.
Mm.
So there are different techniques to change your state that actually stimulate these newer social engagement systems that calm us down.
And it actually changes the chemistry in your body as you start to do this.
So one portal is through the voice. So all of these are through the connection with the heart, because that's where these nerves actually run through, these new social engagement system nerves. So things like chanting, singing, a lot of people like to tone. I prefer to channel unicorns. So through actually the vocal cords, there's a resonance that actually starts to put you into this receptive state. These are all just techniques to enter into a receptive state to help you feel safe. Another is listening. So you can put on beautiful music, or if you listen to melodious voices like somebody that you love, or you think about a mother, how she talks to the child, and the child starts to calm down through the breath. So breathing exercises, playing wind instruments. The key to using your breath to calm your nervous system is to breathe out, to exhale longer than you inhale, because the exhale engages the calming response in the body. The posture, so dance and other movements, can also start to put you into a more calm, receptive state.
Tai Chi, Qigong, that kind of thing. Yeah.
So these are all techniques that we wanted to share with you for times that you might feel super stressed out. These are ways that you can actually engage your nervous system to change your physiological state.
So when you use these techniques over a few minutes, you'll find that your heart calms down, and then the brain will actually start to send messages, chemical messages, to the rest of the body, and the physical symptoms of stress start to release.
And this is just laying a foundation for Alcazar to take this and run with it in this program.
So what we've been trying to do so far is to give you a simple understanding of the brain, mind, body, emotions. And in a moment we'll be moving into the actual meditation where Alcazar will bring energy work to start dissolving some of these key factors that move us very quickly into the stress state.
Indeed. So, something interesting about music is that when we listen to music, our muscles of our inner ear are connected to the muscles of around our eyes. So actually, when we listen to and enjoy music, we become more expressive in our faces. And that actually, so music makes us feel better, but it actually makes us look better too. And that's something to understand about this social engagement system, is that it actually makes us more able to express ourselves, more able to learn. All of the higher functions become open to us. Okay, so should we do a little heart coherence right now? Or should we wait?
So explain this.
Okay, so this is the simplest way to explain this is that these are charts of our heart rhythm. So you can see when we're experiencing an emotion like frustration, our heart rate becomes very erratic. And if we can move into appreciation, it becomes this very, very harmonious rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a waveform. And that harmonious rhythm is called heart coherence. And that harmony from the heart actually resonates throughout the entire body. So there's a technique called quick coherence technique that actually is one of the fastest ways that we can come into a harmonious body-mind state.
And this was created by HeartMath.
The HeartMath Institute. So we're going to do this right now. We're going to use the power of our heart to balance thoughts and emotions, achieve energy, mental clarity, and feel better fast anywhere. I would say that's probably what this program is really about, is how do we feel better quickly, no matter what's happening around us. So, are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay, we're ready. So, this is very, very simple. So first, close your eyes. Focus your attention on your heart center in the middle of your chest.
You can put your hand there if that helps.
Okay. And as you focus your attention there, just notice that your energy actually moves to your heart. Where your attention goes, energy flows. And just breathe as you breathe, feel like you're breathing through your heart. And now focus on a regenerative feeling like appreciation or care for someone or something in your life. So try to re-experience the feeling you have for someone you love, or a pet, a special place, or focus on a feeling of calm and ease.
And just allowing your breath to gently slow down. And the suggestion is just breathing in slowly, taking about 5 seconds, and then breathing out slowly, taking about 5 seconds.
And just notice how you feel.
Just focusing on that emotion of love or caring. Thinking of someone special in your life, how you love them. Or it can be a beautiful pet that you have because they give you unconditional love.
You can even imagine yourself in a beautiful place. Nature, on the beach, wherever it is for you.
Breathing slowly, feeling love, appreciation. And this actually starts to change your body chemistry. And with all techniques, the more you use them, the faster the response. And so it's really useful to do that when you don't need to change, just so that you get into the habit of that process, so that when you are in a difficult situation, or when you do notice there's a lot of stress in your life, you can drop into that space very quickly and change your body chemistry, and just feeling the whole body literally relaxing and realigning. Great.
Okay.
So, should we just take a few minutes break?
Yeah, let's take a few minutes break. I just wanted to say, in this first week, we're going to give you an intention that you can choose to follow through on. And that is, every time you feel yourself starting to feel stressed or reactive in any way, catch it as soon as you notice it. And do this focusing on your heart, focusing on finding something to appreciate, finding some feeling of love. And that, if you can do that, that will start to repattern your nervous system throughout your day, which can be very, very, very powerful. So we'll take a
10-minute break.
10-minute break. We'll come back and go into the meditations. Someone was asking what is connected to our eyes. I was saying your ear muscles, your inner ear muscles as you listen to music are connected to your eyes. Cool.
Okay, we'll see you in 10 minutes. Hi there. So we are back again. And now we've got some of the head stuff out the way, some of the explanations, which we hope we've kept fairly simple.
And I actually have a question for you. Was that too much head stuff? And if the answer is yes, then relax, because we're not going to talk that much about head stuff again. That's just really setting a foundation for this program. To explain, what do we mean by surviving? What do we mean by thriving?
And how to make that transition.
Oh, Kim says perfect amount. Great.
Great.
Okay, cool.
So, Alcazar has a few words to say, and then there will be the meditation, and after the meditation there'll be time for a few questions. And as we said on our emails, write your questions in. If you have questions after this experience, then send them to us and we can look at them and select some of them for next week. Okay.
Great.
And so, beloved ones, we greet thee again. And again we invite you simply to close the eyes and relax as we talk. Because, as we have said, the words are for the mind, but as we talk, energies are coming to you, subtle energies. So, you have been here on your earth for many, many lifetimes. You are not new to this human form. Yes, indeed, you have only been a few short years in your current incarnation. But you have walked the earth for 100 or more lifetimes. And so humans have been creating their environment, and you have, as you know, had very difficult experiences in previous lives. Humanity has been almost in constant fighting and warfare around your earth. Repressions, male domination, pain and suffering. And so all this has conditioned the physiology, the physical body. And now it is time to change. It is time to actually change your societies. But this change happens through individuals first. And you, beloveds, are the ones who are volunteering to do this change. For there are hundreds of thousands of people like you wanting to grow, wanting to be free, wanting to understand what is all this about. And so these two have explained in a very simple way a little about how your physical body and the energetics of your mind and emotion interact together. It is our function in a few moments to guide you in a meditation. The intention of this meditation is to begin to caress, to talk to love, to smooth some of these ingrained patterns within you. The patterns that automatically take you into a stress reaction in your daily lives. Because this is unconscious, it happens without you really being very aware of it. We remind you of the little example that Julianne gave you by saying yes, 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 and no, no, no. You could feel the energetic reaction in the body. Understand that these reactions are unconscious, automatic, and very rapid. Your unconscious mind works far, far faster than your conscious mind. It has to. It takes care of you. For example, those of you who are being aware of a situation similar to driving a car and somebody almost hits you, or somebody runs out in front, or there's some situation, the body reacts. You take evasive action without thinking about it. Why? Because the unconscious is actually driving the car, not your conscious mind. As you go about your daily life, your unconscious mind is doing the driving, so to speak. You are thinking about this and that, and you are walking and you are doing your work. But beloved ones, so much of your life is governed by unconscious programming. Because of the conditioning of this and previous lives, so often your unconscious shifts you into reactive states, shifts you into stress, worry, concern. And as you have learned, when this happens, the natural regenerative processes of the body, that which maintain your health and vitality, shut down. So stress stops the body functioning in its optimum way. So, in a few moments, we will guide you in a meditation. This meditation is going to coax, as we have said, gently soothe some of these unconscious reactive patterns to allow them to actually dissolve or be not such a strong reaction, so that you can bring more awareness to the way that you function in your daily life. Okay?
And so, beloveds, as always with the Stargate work, there is nothing to do. No, no. It is about surrounding you in an environment in which youthing can happen from the so-called inside, from your mind, your emotions, even your nervous system, moving toward greater health, longevity, regeneration. And know it well, beloved ones, in entering these states, you become far more creative consciously. You become more able to influence this reality in order to create those things that you would like to experience more of in your day-to-day life. And so, as we have said through this one Pragit, it is about assisting you to become more aware moment by moment by moment, so that you know when you are entering reactivity and you can make adjustments. But beloveds, these meditations are designed to take you into areas of flourishing where spirit is interacting with you to create so much beauty in your life.
And so, beloved ones, again, we suggest that if you wish to have music, then select the music, adjust the volume. And again, we will be turning off this camera to encourage you to close the eyes and to meditate with us. It is important that you meditate, not just listen to us as we guide you through this process. So relax, close the eyes. And for those who might be driving or doing something where your focus is needed, please do not do this meditation, do not even listen to this meditation until you can relax and close the eyes with us.
Okay.
And so be comfortable sitting or lying down. And we wish to connect to the energies that you created in the first meditation. So we ask you again just to invite your etheric stargate to come to you.
And so just asking inside, we call for the presence of an etheric stargate.
And just ask for the energies of the angels, the ascended masters, and the star families to return to you now.
And so we call for the presence of all of the angels, the ascended masters, and the star families.
And just feel as the energy gently changes around you. Invite the energy field to get stronger in your etheric stargate.
And so we call for a much stronger energy field in all the etheric stargates, really asking, really feeling, yes, I would like these energies to support me right now.
Very good. And so, beloved ones, we are going to send you 3 different energetics. And so first, we ask you to place your hands on your stomach, on your belly, and just to feel a little warmth in your hands and in the connection with your belly. And as you focus there, remember that it has been suggested that there is much connection between the brain, the heart, and the belly. The brain is not just in the head, it is throughout different systems. So the first energy we are going to send you is actually coming into your belly. The main focus of this energy is to stimulate this area on many different levels. So it might even assist in your digestion. Do not be surprised if you feel energy moving there. Do not be surprised if you feel a little gassy or a little turbulence in the belly. That is perfectly okay. And so now we ask you again just to ask for an even stronger energetic field in your etheric stargate. So you are lying in this beautiful supportive field.
And so we call for an even stronger multi-dimensional energy field all around us, an even stronger 12th dimensional frequency from all the etheric stargates.
And so maintaining an awareness of your hands on your belly. And we are going to start sending an energy to you right now. It will be very subtle. You might not even feel it at first, but right now there is a gentle energy coming, and you may feel it in your hands, you may feel it in your belly. And it will get a little stronger as we move through this process. And as we have said earlier, the intention of this meditation is to coax these old reactive programs into dissolving or becoming very obvious to you, so that you can consciously decide to delete them, to actually dissolve them for yourself. And so now, this gentle energy coming into your belly, and as we have said, it is very soft, gentle vibration. It is designed for you individually. Yes, the energies coming to you right now are coming from the guides very specifically for you individually. For you are all unique. Your programming is varied. You are in different societies with different limitations, conditioning. And so we are working with you individually, keeping your hands on your belly, enjoying any sensations, however strange they might be, for your physical body and your energy fields and your emotional body will be responding to these energies. For some of you it will be quite a strong response, and for some of you it will be very slight, a slight sensation of energy. However you feel it, it is appropriate for you. Understand that we know you intimately. And so now we are going to ask you to move your attention to the head. And we are going to ask you to do something similar, to place your hands on your head. You can intertwine your fingers if you wish, and then place them on top of your head so that the palms of your hands are over the left and the right side of the head. And so you can imagine you are caressing both the left and the right hemispheres of your brain. And as you do this, just again feel perhaps a slight warmth in the hands and in the head. Just imagining it if you do not feel it. It is a connection that is happening. And now in a similar way, we are going to send an energy into the brain-mind mechanism. And so that is starting now. And a very subtle energy is coming to you into the brain-mind emotional centers within the very brain. Nothing to do. And again, you may feel sensation, and whatever it is, just be with it. Some of you might feel a gentle pressure. This is okay. Allow it to be. Some of you might feel almost as if there are waves of energy moving from your palm through the brain to the other hand and back again. Some of you might feel sensations moving down into the body. Whatever it is, just be with it as we send a very gentle transmission to you. And again, these transmissions are specifically for you. Even if you are listening to a recording, remember the words and the music, if you are listening to it, are recorded, but the energies are always a response to you when you are meditating. We are responding to you in this moment of your time, which is actually connecting to each and every one participating in the quantum field. This meditation is actually happening out of time, out of the physical, in the quantum field. And we will talk more of this in a later webinar. And so this transmission, which is coming into the brain-mind, is gently coming to a close. And now we ask you to place your hands over your heart center, in the middle of the chest. If you like, you can place one hand over the physical heart, but again, having the fingers intertwined. So the fingers are connected, either with both hands over the heart center or one hand over the heart, physical heart, and one hand in the center of your chest with the fingers interconnected. And now we are doing again a similar process. We're starting to send energy into the heart, both the physical heart and the energetic heart center. And again, these soft, gentle energies are designed specifically for you. Relaxing, nothing to do. Just being aware of any sensations that might occur in the heart. It is not necessary that something occur, but just watching and sensing the energy there. Putting your attention on your heart center. As you have your eyes closed, just imagine looking with your third eye, looking with your inner vision, looking at the heart and the heart center. And we are sending a gentle energetic into your heart. We are working with you multi-dimensionally, not just on the physical. Very good. Just a moment or two more to complete this energizing of this part of self. Very good. And now gently disconnecting the hands and place one hand on top of the head, over the crown, and one part at the very lowest part of your belly. And we are now going to send an energetic between your hands. And so relax, not trying to feel it. Just being aware of the two hands. And as we start to send an energy through the crown, down through your nervous system, energizing, balancing. Again, with the same focus, with the same intention, to make it a little easier for you to step out of reactive behavior, unconscious, shut down behavior, stressful behavior, so that you can catch it and change it very rapidly. And as you catch it and change it again and again, you will find that this habit simply dissolves, and you spend most of your experiencing in a regenerative state, in a state of joy, in a state of appreciating everything in your life, even the challenges, because they too can be stimulating, even exciting as you resolve the issues. And so, beloved ones, do not be concerned if you are not feeling an energetic in this process. everything is going beautifully. And now disconnect the hands and just be comfortable again. And so this simple way of working with your own energies as we share these transmissions with you, we are going to ask you to do this process twice. When you have finished it once, to simply repeat it again. And then to do this every single day, at least once a day, for the coming week, or until you listen to the second part of the webinar. But we wish you to do this every day for at least 7 days. And this will prepare you for the next meditation, which we will be doing in a week's time. And so simply just tuning in now, feeling your own energy, feeling relaxed. And so, beloved ones, we thank you. And we pass you back to these two. Okay, and so we will turn our camera back on.
Allow yourself to slowly come back. And it's always nice to drink some water after these meditations.
Yes, that's something that we always stress. We haven't done it this time, but it's so important to drink water daily. Most of us are actually dehydrated. And the way that the body copes with dehydration, if you're not drinking enough, the body says, well, give me something to eat and I'll take the liquid from that. So people actually eat instead of drinking water or drinking tea. Okay, so I'm curious how that was for everyone.
Apparently there were people who could not hear the instructions. So we will get the meditation sent out to you. We have it recorded independently of the internet. And we'll send that to you as soon as possible so you can actually experience it. We apologize about that. We're actually working on getting a device that will help us have better internet. So if you could actually hear the meditation, let us know how it was for you. And if not, just relax. We'll send you the recording within moments of, as soon as we can get it uploaded and sent. So it should be within 10 minutes or so. Cool.
So we have a number of questions that people have written in already. So we'll take a couple of those. And Ashley has them and she's going to read them for us. So what's the first question, please, Ashley?
Hello. The first question is a 2-in-1, and it says, what's holding me back from achieving the full connection with my superconsciousness, and how do I stay connected to the quantum field?
Okay. Well, what's holding you back is simple. It's what holding all of us back. And that's the unconscious programming that we've picked up throughout our lives, and mainly as very young children. And we address that in the first Youthing webinar series in quite a lot of detail. So how do you connect more to your superconsciousness is actually starting to eliminate some of those lower dimensional frequencies, the anger, the frustration, the resentment, self-judgment, is something that Alcazar stresses a lot as being the most destructive to your energy. So by catching yourself when you're judging either yourself or other people or other situations, will start to raise your vibration. Because judgment is something that we do unconsciously, almost automatically, very often in our interactions with people and situations. How to connect with your superconsciousness? Well, everyone is connected to your superconsciousness. It's the awareness of it that we're lacking. Your superconsciousness, one aspect of it, is the innate intelligence which actually oversees the functioning of your body. And so without a connection to the superconsciousness, your body wouldn't be functioning correctly. So there is a connection for everyone with their superconsciousness. What we're trying to achieve is a conscious awareness of that connection. That connection comes through your intuition. And again, that's something that we've worked with in the first series. The importance of your intuition, listening to the guidance that comes through. The more you develop that trust with the intuition, the more connected with awareness you become to the superconsciousness. Okay.
Great. So, part of this program is actually discovering more and more how can we connect to the quantum field throughout our day. And the key is not to just try to be connected all the time, not just to try to be aware of that connection all the time. It's to choose moments. And a beautiful way to shift is to actually focus on this heart coherence. So focusing on the heart, feeling your energy move to the heart as you focus on it, and then feeling the emotion of appreciation or love, like focusing on whatever it is that helps you feel that. Then once you're there, you can actually invite your own energy field to start vibrating at a 12th dimensional level. And if you try that, you can even try it right now. Just close your eyes and invite your energy field to start to vibrate at a strong 12th dimensional energy field. Because your energy actually remembers what it's like to vibrate in harmony with the Stargate energy field. And that 12th dimensional vibration, as you know, helps you connect and slip into the quantum field very easily. So once you're inviting your body to vibrate in that way, you can actually invite your guides to come to you more strongly, or you can invite your intuition, or you can just invite regenerative feelings to flow through your body. So this is something that we're going to invite you to play with throughout the day, and in particular to take these little moments. It takes up to 1 minute to slip into this rhythmic heart coherence. So whenever you catch yourself becoming judgmental, or whenever you just notice like, hey, I need to change my energy, use this quick coherence technique. And we'll share a heart math video that shows you a little bit more about how to enter into that state and what it does, because it's pretty magical.
In fact, we'll be having another webinar with a very beautiful guy, Samir from Canada, and we'll be combining more of the heart math techniques with the Stargate energetics to create more rapid shifts in our emotional and physical states. So more of that later. Okay, so let's take one more question.
So, yeah, people are asking actually about whether they should continue with Youthing One meditations.
So for those people that are doing the Youthing One, it's up to you. You have a choice. You can continue to complete the Youthing One program, which means doing each meditation for a week as it's been suggested. And then you can go on and start on level 2 or this webinar series, or you can just start on this and work through this and then go back to the first series. It's totally up to you. So be with one or the other all the way through.
So this is great because a lot of people, even though they couldn't hear the words in the meditation, connected very strongly with the energies. So that's another indication that you're connecting with the quantum field.
Great.
So thank you for sharing.
Okay, one last question, please.
I feel this deep anger within me, like a primal scream that needs to come out. What is the best way to release this?
Well, actually, one of the best ways to release it is a technique that Osho devised. And that's something that I experienced many years ago. And so it's called the dynamic meditation. If you would like to find out about that, you can email us. It's called the dynamic meditation by Osho.
You can actually
and you can just
Google it.
Google it, actually. That's much
OSHO.
Yes.
And Osho is the enlightened master that Prageet was with for many, many years.
He's
So-
passed away now, but his work is amazing.
He's partially responsible for the Stargate work.
Absolutely, yeah.
Um,
The thing is that when there's a primal scream, when you're repressing it because you think it's wrong to let it out, that's totally creating conflict in the body because this energy wants to come out, and because you're programmed to think you shouldn't, there's another energy constantly pushing it down. And so there's this force inside you pushing it out and pushing it down, and it uses lots of energy, and you'll probably find that you don't have a lot of energy because of this going on inside. So yes, allow the scream. Go out into nature and scream if you wish. Put your head in a pillow and scream if you wish. Allow it to come out. And then if you feel to really go into that releasing, then follow the dynamic meditation.
so this is really important to understand because all of the emotions that we feel are valid and they're worth our attention. They need to be expressed. One of the healthiest things we can start to do is to express how we're feeling when we're feeling it by speaking about it.
Not by dumping it, as you often say, not by blaming other people for how you feel, but saying, this is how I feel. Not, you made me feel like this, but this is how I feel right now. And if it's in a situation where it's inappropriate, you know, at work or something, to express those feelings, then express them later in the day. Even as if imagining you're standing there with a person telling them, express it out loud. It won't become another internal burden for you.
And there's a really helpful approach that you can have for compassion toward those feelings. So you're feeling that way for a reason. So to be curious, open, accepting, and loving of your feelings. This is something that I learned in my interpersonal neurobiology class.
Being curious means just asking yourself, well, why do I feel like this now? What triggered this?
Yeah. So,
Coming to the end.
we're coming to the close. We will get you the recording of this webinar as soon as possible. so you'll be able to hear anything that you might have missed.
And also, for those of you that haven't yet joined the Stargate Academy
Facebook
group,
page.
please do so and ask your questions there. And share what's happening to you in these meditations as we go through the process. Jules and I have been traveling, and so we haven't been on the Facebook page so much, but we're back home now, and we'll be able to respond to some of your comments as we see them posted there. So if you have comments, put them on that Facebook page, and we will respond to them there.
Yeah, and you can also send questions to support@thestargateexperience.com. But if you can, we suggest you share them on the Facebook page so that everyone can benefit. Also, sharing your personal experiences will help everyone in this program benefit greatly.
And we're really curious because this was the first time we've experienced this meditation, and it's very different from the ones that Alcazar's brought through before.
So let's close by inviting everyone just to close your eyes, go inside, and just invite your own energy field to start vibrating at a 12th dimensional frequency. If you wish, you can focus on the energy of appreciation, love, joy. Appreciation is one of the most transformative emotional states. And so as you focus on appreciation, just allow yourself to notice what it does for your vibration. And I'm going to ask each and every one of you, first get a sense of that appreciation, feel it in your own body. Remind yourself of somebody, something, somewhere that you really appreciate, that you really feel love and caring. And then send your appreciation to everyone who's listening to this right now, in this moment, whether you're listening live or to the recording. And also receiving appreciation and starting to feel almost like an etheric hug. So just allow yourself to imagine that energetically you're connecting to all these beautiful people, sending and receiving love. Just allow yourself to relax into it. So, thank you so much for joining us.
And we see you next week. Much love. Bye-bye.